Hello, still ringer. Can you hear me? Hello, Anna, Elizabeth. Hi, hello. Good to see you. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know in the chat if you can. All right, good. Thank you, Elizabeth. I'm actually in a undisclosed location for this evening's show, so it's going to be a short show as well. So I just want to try this out, make sure it's going to work the way I got it set up. I'm actually not in my studio this evening. I'm actually doing this all from an undisclosed location, so just want to pop in here for a little bit just to have a little bit of airtime with you all. Thanks for jumping on board. I do appreciate you just spending a little bit of time with me this evening. Let me get the show started here. And thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it.
So the race is on.
Good evening, hello, and salutations, one and all. Hello, stackers. Welcome to a stackers gathering. Thanks for coming by and spending a little time with me this evening. I do appreciate you coming by. A lot of good people out here already this evening. Hello, Scott's Love YouTube, NG. Nice to see you, PE. Hope all's well with you and your family and your son. I heard I sent some prayers your way, so I hope all's well there. Debbie, good to see you. Kayla, nice to see you. Well, thanks for subbing earlier this week. Appreciate it. Still ringing, good as always. Dedicated to this channel. Still ringing. I do appreciate your loyalty on this channel. I do appreciate that. Elizabeth, welcome. It's all good. Nice to see you as well, my friend. Hope all is well. And Anna, I'm glad to see everyone out here this evening. So this is going to be an abridged stackers gathering this evening. As you can see, I am not in my studio. That's why I don't have my video turned on. It's just my logo there, and I don't sound like I normally do because I'm actually on some headphones at my location. So I did want to at least attempt to throw a show out together this evening, just to stay committed to the fans or stay committed to the audience. I always want to make sure that you, the audience, always get recognized for coming out here at 7 p.m. Eastern every Thursday to support my channel. I do appreciate that. And as such, I want to go ahead and put something out here on the show this evening for a little bit of time, just to keep it out here because you guys deserve that. I don't want to inconvenience you by not having a show, and then 7 o'clock rolls around and poof, who's your stacker? So I don't want to do that to you also. Thank you very much for swinging by and spending some time with me this evening. Now, that being said, I do want to give out a little bit of insight, and I wouldn't call it inside information, but if y'all haven't already seen it, if you haven't already seen the site, SD Bullion has 1 ounce gold maples on sale this week for $89.99, basically $90 over spot. So if you have some cash available to convert, if I had the cash to convert, I've been on that like bees to honey. But I did not this week. Otherwise, I would have jumped all over that this week. But if there's anyone out here that is wanting to add to their gold stack, SD Bullion does have their 1 ounce Canadian maples, their 2021 gold Canadian maples. They are on sale this week, 90 or 89, $90 over spot. So if you would, or if you could, I would jump on that as quickly as you can. I don't know how long the sale said it was for the week. I don't know if that means the sale ends tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday, but I would jump on it if you can. And PE, I see you grab one. Good deal. And it was. Do you happen to know, PE, how long the sale was going on at the time? I was thinking. I know it was only for a week, but I do not know how long. All right, so yeah, like I said, it's out there. If you guys can convert, I would if you could. If you can't, you can't. I can understand. There'll be those $8-9 over spot deals. They're not like a rarity. They do come around on a routine basis, and you sort of have to shop around a little bit. This time around, it was SD Bullion, but I've been able to get Britannia's from Bullion Exchange for $60 over spot one time. So those deals show up occasionally. So you just have to, you just have to be subscribed to all their mailing list, as I am. So when I saw that $89 over spot or $90 over spot on those 1 ounce gold Canadian maples, I'm like, oh. I told Mrs. Hoosier, I'm like, oh, I really need to do something about that. She's like, do it. And I was like, I can't. Otherwise, I would. Hey, Bionic Blow, good to see you, my dear. Welcome back. And Native, good to see you as well. So yeah, it was. Hey, Kathy, hello. So yeah, it was definitely a good deal. And like I said, they come around every so often. I guess, but the better deal that you can get besides for $9 over spot would be secondary through like I don't know, eBay or through someone here in the community would probably be the best bet beyond that. Um, Usually that's where you're going to find your best deals is directly through the community out here. A lot of people out here are just that way. So, and you have to do you gotta do your due diligence. You gotta make sure that whoever you're working with is reputable and all that. But I think there's always going to be a few bad apples in the bundle, right? But I think for the most part, everyone out here in the community are going to be truthful and honest with fellow stackers to give them the best deal. It's going to be a win-win situation for everyone to do a deal secondary market that way. I'm still a little weary about going through eBay myself. I have not done anything through eBay. You just hear so much stigma about eBay going through eBay, but there's also Instagram. If you have an Instagram presence out there, there's always deals out there on Instagram too. So. All right, Bon, cool, thank you. Hey, who was it? I just won something. Was it you, Bionic Bill? Yeah, I lose track of all the stuff that comes in the mail. So I think I did. I know I'm getting something from you. I was thinking I'm getting something from Tupac as well. Oh, by the way, Tupac, Coin Roll Hunter, if you guys haven't already done so, please friend him up or subscribe because he is pushing for 1,000. Last time I checked, he was at, or they were at 870, I believe. So if you haven't already, friend him up or subscribe to Tupac Coin Roll Hunter, please do so. They would appreciate it. Hey, Silver Freak, good to see you. Welcome. And Ringer, if you wouldn't mind, be so kind to put Tupac Coin Roll Hunter's site into the chat. I would appreciate that, or any of my moderators who's out there. I would appreciate that. And like I said earlier, I am not in my studio, so I don't have access to all my bells and whistles here. It's just me and my phone in an undisclosed location this evening. So it's going to be, like I said earlier, it's going to be an abridged show, maybe 30, 45 minutes, just to put some time out here with everyone to say hello. And I definitely want to let you all know about the SD Bullion deal. I can't think of anything else. I think Abnex has a deal going on right now, but they're always overpriced, so I usually don't go through Abnex unless I'm looking for a rarity coinage. But Abnex is always so much more expensive than all the other dealers out there. I tend to use them last. But that being said, they do have some pretty good deals out there. PE, I was thinking about the Facebook groups out there. I took myself out of Facebook before the election last November because I just got tired of all the crap going on out there at the time. I'm calling it more or less propaganda. So I took myself out of Facebook way back in October. I just got tired of listening to it. So I don't even keep track of Facebook anymore. My account's still out there. I just suspend it indefinitely. So maybe I may turn it back on, but I'm not missing it at the same time. I spend a lot more time out here with YouTube now than I do anywhere else, and spend a little bit of time with Instagram. But for the most part, I spend most of my time out here on YouTube. Log good deals, P Stacker, log good deals on what, Facebook? So yeah, I think I don't have any rants right at the moment, Silver Freak. If I come across one, you'll be the first to hear it. Though I did start down that road a little bit with the Abnex, but I didn't. That's as far as I went with it. Okay, so yeah, like I said, I haven't done the Facebook since before the election, and I guess that's a little rant there, Silver Freak, because I got so turned off by all the crap, and I'm calling it propaganda. Prior to election last year, I'm over it. I'm tired of listening to. I wasn't spending a whole lot of time out there in Facebook anyway, and it just sort of got turned off by it with all the crap out there here of late. And then once all the propaganda started coming down the pipe, I'm like, that's it, I'm done, I'm out. So I suspended my account and walked away from it, and I haven't looked back. And like I said, that was about the same time I really started getting heavy into YouTube anyway, so I had something to fall back on, I guess. And then here, just within the last couple months, I started playing a little bit into Instagram. You know, I got presence out there, but I don't spend a whole lot of time out there. Yeah, exactly, Corey, or PE Stacker. Yeah, the propaganda out there on Facebook just, and you can unfriend everyone out there, and you'll still get the propaganda. I learned that as well. It's like I'm tired of it. Just don't want to deal with it anymore. If I want to listen to propaganda, I'll turn on the national media. And another thing I was trying to, and maybe someone can explain this to me that does have Facebook presence. If you are using your YouTube channel name as your Facebook presence, I tried to use my YouTube channel name, and it wouldn't let me. I don't want to use my regular Facebook account for what I do here. Sort of like what I do here on YouTube. I have Hoosier Stacker as my YouTube presence. I do have my own personal account, but I hardly ever use it. Same thing, situation there in Facebook. I want to use Hoosier Stacker back on Facebook, but every time I try to sign up as Hoosier Stacker, it kept saying, well, you're not, your channel name or your name is not approved because it shows you being anonymous and stuff like that. So I haven't tried. Yeah, they want a legal name. I ain't giving them a legal name. I realize that, but you know, and unfortunately, they've had to put those restrictions in place because of abuse, right? Unfortunately, it's always a few bad apples that ruin a bushel. So, yeah, if there's a way to sort of like what you can do here with YouTube, if there's a way to have a primary account, a legal primary account, and then you can have secondary accounts behind that. On Facebook, that'd be cool. I haven't looked into that. Maybe that's an option. I don't know, but I am not going to display my real name out there in Facebook. At least not for what I do here in YouTube, which is for anonymous reasons, obviously, right? So, but then I have to deal with all the political mumbo jumbo again. So. I'm not going to miss it too much. Yeah, that's true, Corey. That is true, P. You can falsify your age all you want. At least yes, I'm always 18 and older. And yes, I do have my parents' consent. So yeah, I guess okay. So we're freaks. You got me on a little rant about Facebook. So there you go. There's my rant for the night. You're quite welcome. I don't let too many things get under my collar because there's 1,000 different things to worry about in life, and this doesn't need to be one of them, right? So yeah, get a little testy about a few things, but for the most part, yeah, it's just a little bit of a rant, and that's it. Done. Over. It's off my chest. Moving on. Stay tuned for next Thursday's rant. So yeah, that's oh, just part of it. It's just how they go. Sometimes it helps to vent a little bit just to get off your chest, and I'm sure other people out there are in agreement, and if they're not, they're not. But at least it's out there. It's off my chest, and I can move on to better things, like this Morgan and Peace marketing gimmick that happened last week. I'm still not a fan over that, but A lot of people are because they can flip those things so fast and make profit. That's fine, but I'm sitting on my hands for a year or so waiting for those prices to either go up or go down, and then I'll reassess at that time. But at this point, I'm just not interested into the new Morgans and Peace. And then I hear that they are wanting to extend the Morgan Peace, the commemorative coin release crap, you know, into the future. I heard 2023 for starters. I don't know if anyone can clarify that, but I've heard that they've decided, of course they have to have the silver, right? That's another whatever, but they're talking about extending this commemorative release of coinage into the future. It's like, okay, all of a sudden the draw of pulling people into the community or pulling people into the coin collection industry by offering a once in a 100-year coin release may not happen again. Is now mute. So if they're going to start doing this on a routine basis, then it's lost all value, in my opinion, even more so than before. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the Morgans and Peace do with their dollars now, with their value, because those V75s came out, and I said the same thing about the V75. You're spending an extra what, $50, $60 at a time for an extra privy mark stamped into the face. But they're now, someone said last week that they're now like $400 on eBay. So I don't want to deal with the U.S. Mint's website either, which is another rant. Which there's been all sorts of rants about that here lately. I still, just me and my crystal ball, my Hoosier Stacker crystal ball, if you want to call it that, is I personally believe they leave their systems as they are because it draws attention of people. Oh, our systems are so busy and so taxed. We had to shut down the system because of such a high product demand. Well, that's BS, because Amazon has no problems with their fulfillment. If they're that concerned about it, farm out their services to Amazon. Let them house it. Let them host the services. So I know that game, and I honestly think it is a marketing stunt to draw more attention into an item. Hey Scott, good to see you, my friend. Welcome. So there. See what you did, freak. You got me going. Yes, you are welcome. But unfortunately, since I am not at my studio, I have no shinies to show this evening. I have nothing new to show you all. I don't have anything to tease you all with for my upcoming event. Oh, I guess I could mention that before the end of the show here, because like I said, I'm not going to keep the show going very late today, with me being at the undisclosed location. But if you haven't already seen my video from this past Monday, I think, I don't know, maybe I lost track. Anyway, I am looking to obviously increase my viewership, increase my subscribers, and my friends, right? But I want to try to do it as an event, and what more way of doing it as an event than to get the mask off my face? I know some people like the mask on my face. Other people don't care. Other people don't want the mask on my face. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to make it an event. I'm going to take my mask off, but I am going to make an event out of it by encouraging people to friend me up and get me up to 700 friendlies, because when I do this, when I reach that threshold, once I reach 700 friendlies, I will take the mask off, and I will retire the Hoosier Stacker mask. And then when I do that, that will be the mark of the accomplishment that y'all and everyone out here in communities greatly appreciate that. And then I'm going to make an announcement for my push from 700 to 1K. And again, as I have always said in the past, I'm not out here to monetize. I'm not or anything like that. If I do, great. If I don't, that's fine too. That's not what motivates me. However, this is sort of a goal for me to reach those thresholds, just to get there, right? So, of course, it would be cool to be able to do polls like Salivate Mel just discovered this past Sunday. Oh, you can do polls. And he's been over 1,000 for how many years? But it'd be cool to do polls like that every so often. But besides for that, it's just the accomplishment of achieving those thresholds, the magical 1,000 and stuff like that. So I am going to, again, I want to make the event to unmask me at 700. Get me to 700, then I will unmask and I will retire my mask, and I'll go face reveal that point forward. I know a lot. It's sort of, if you start looking at the channels here recently, you're starting to see more of the shift from not revealing to face revealing. They're sort of like in the middle right at the moment. Sort of like in the middle. You don't see, some people do it, some people don't. And now I know there's some people that absolutely will not do it because of their profession, like pistol packing pilot, for example. His profession, he cannot. I'm not going to understand that. Other people, it doesn't bother them. Of course, there's always concerns about not being anonymous once you do a face reveal, but unless someone in the community is local and recognizes you locally, I mean, what's the concern with the name and entity there? Unless you're in a very large metro area with lots of fellow stackers within a few miles of you, right? Which is not the case for me that I'm aware of. But so yeah, that's the goal. I am looking to do looking to push from, I think I'm at, last time I checked was you don't want to scare one native. Don't want to reveal your mugshot. Yeah, for that, but yeah, that's a go. I'm currently like 370, pushing for 700, and I'll promote it once a week or so during the show. So hey, this is what I'm doing. And again, I don't have any set deadline on when I get there. I'll get there when I get there. But when I do get there, I'll retire the mask, and then I'll make the big announcement for the mega game, mega push, mega event that I will be doing for the push from 700, which by the time I actually get everything together and actually announce, I'll probably be closer to 750 anyway. So I'll do the push from that point up to 1,000. That'll be the mega event push, the announcement that I will come out when the time comes. So I figure maybe September, October timeframe, maybe. Just really depends on how many more friendlies I get between now and then. Gives me time to get my ducks in a row as well in regards to getting the event handled. And as I have always said to everyone out here on the show, if you want to participate in my event, once I announce it, hit me up, and I'm sure I can put you to good use. Yeah, that's true, PE. It just really depends on your profession and the tolerance, because some companies, as long as you keep it professional, they're cool with it. Other companies, if they identify you as being out here on social media, they expect you to adhere to to certain standards because you do represent them, blah blah blah. And other reasons, for security reasons, obviously you don't want to reveal yourself for security reasons, not only personally but also professionally too. But to each their own when it comes to doing that. And like I said, if you spend a lot of time out here watching the various channels and stuff, it's almost a 50-50 split between people who do reveal and who do not reveal. So, but I have noticed just in the last, I don't know, 6 months or so, the trend seems to be moving away towards face revealing. Maybe not all the time, but on special events type of thing. I mean, I did my face reveal for Plumber Stacker's 1K shout out a couple months back, but that was like a 45-second reveal, and then I turned the camera back off. So that was only because I called him out, because he told me when he was at 500 friendlies, well, I'm thinking about doing a face reveal for my 1K. So when he said that, I held him up to when he got to this 1K. I'm like, hey, you're up, buddy. I'm calling you out, and he did. And he was face revealing there for a while, but I think he decided not to do it anymore. The last few auctions I've been sitting in watching him here lately. He hasn't done any more face revealing as much anyway. So he may have decided to pull back on that a little bit, which is, again, that is completely up to him and his discretion. Hey, Stiller Stacker, good to see you, my friend. Donald, hi, hello. So Corey, I'm sorry, Corey, P. I keep saying that. I hope all's well with your family. I know thoughts and prayers are going out to your family and to your son for stuff. I hope everything's well with you there. Hey, Gold Maple, good to see you. So for people who's just getting in here to the show, I am not in my studio. I am on my phone at an undisclosed location this evening. So that's why you don't see any video out there right now. I don't have anything to show off. I have no shinies. I don't have anything to show off to everyone. Just to chat, just to talk and watch the chat and talk to you all out here and participate in the show for a short bit. So the show won't be as long as we normally do it, but it's already been 35 minutes. So hey, we'll see. We'll see how long we go with it. Oh, okay, PE. All right. I knew something was going on with your family. I can't remember exactly. All right. Well, again, I know prayers are going out towards your way. Donna, New Mexico. Was it your family that was having some problems here recently? That maybe, yeah. That's what it was. I know a lot of people also had your thoughts and prayers as well, Donald, on your family as well. So it's always great to have the love and support of people, complete strangers, Love and support. That's what makes us a family. That's what makes us a community, and that's what really motivates me on being out here in this community. Is just the fellowship that we all support each other, that we all partake in, and it feels good. It feels right. You don't see a whole lot of this type of stuff outside of your immediate family, seems like, these days anymore. That's just how it is with society as a whole. But here lately, there's so many good communities out there, and this is probably one of the best communities that I have been a part of just for a short year, really. Okay, Donald. Yeah, I'm sorry. When I remember P saying something about, when Salivate was mentioning a medical procedure, I mistake your son for P Stagger. So my apologies for that. So yes, I know thoughts and prayers are going out to you and your family as well, Donald, and as well as Corey. So again, it's always so good to have that type of love and support from complete strangers. I'm closer to you all out here in this community than I am my own extended family. And that's just how it is. Some people, that's just how it is. I am more comfortable being amongst strangers, even though I don't really consider you all strangers anymore. I am more comfortable being amongst friends like this than I am my own extended family. My own extended family going up there to visit them. It's like pain and suffering times 10 for a couple hours, and it's like I'll go up there every couple of years to say hi and listen to all their crap. It's like, okay, I'm done. I'm out here. I'll see you in a couple of years. I leave. I I am not the Brady Bunch. I'm just saying, not the Brady Bunch here. And I sure in hell ain't going to be Marsha. Marsha. Hey, Mrs. Coin Crew, good to see you, my dear. Welcome. So, yeah, the Hoosier Stacker family and extended family is not the Brady Bunch from any stretch of the imagination. Just saying. Or the Waltons. Maybe in the same realm of Married with Children. I don't know. I mean, I love my immediate kids. I love my kids, and I love my wife. You know, I love my immediate family, and yes, I have my extended family, but I'm just not close to them as I am, and that's just how it is. It's been that way for 50 years, so I'll stay that way. But then I get to learn. I get to know and learn of you guys out here. And I'm like, oh, I'm closer to you guys than I am my immediate extended family. So, because I can walk away from a conversation like this evening. I got a big smile on my face already, just talking and watching all you guys yak, and it always feels good. And anytime I go to like Yankees channel and watch his shows or any of the channels out here, you know, I always come away with a positive energy, and I always have a big smile on my face, and I don't get that when I go to my extended family. Just saying. Monsters. There you go, Donald. Yeah, no, I think the Munsters were closer than I am to my family, to my extended family. Though I do have a crazy uncle. Of course, he doesn't live anywhere around us either. He got out of the game many years ago. He took his family. He moved far away. I think he saw the writing on the wall way before I did. And F Troop. See, I don't remember F Troop, Donald. I'll have to do some Me TV or something. Do some research on that one. I recognize the name. I just don't remember. The show itself, the series itself. Oh yeah, and I'm not the beaver either. So not my not anything from a respect from a family model from the 1950s or 1960s. So nor 70s. So no Waltons, no Brady Bunch, no My Two Sons or whatever. No Leave It to Beaver. That just wasn't that was not my family model. My family model sort of, with the extended family, my family model falls sort of in line with Married with Children. Maybe a little bit of All in the Family. Maybe a little bit of that. Yeah, I think All in the Family may sort of fall more in line with that. You know, you have your immediate family, and you have your extended family, and so I guess that sort of falls more in line with All in the Family. All in the Family and Married with Children would be where my family model is when it comes to my extended family. Hey, Jack of Hearts, good to see you. Welcome. F trips. Yeah, I'll have to look that up, Don. I don't remember that. I don't recognize it though. I might have to. I can't put it in my head. I might have to do some research on it. It's probably one of the shows on Me TV as well, so I'm sure they're syndicated. Hey, Yankee Stacking, welcome to the show, my friend. Thanks you can come by. Thanks for coming by. My whole family is crazy. Native. You know what? You know what's funny about that, Native, is hey Partridge, good to see you, my friend. So, you know what's funny about that is, and I mentioned this uh last week, I think it was. I don't remember. It was after watching the video that Salivate Metal put out about the internal disagreements that we're having here. That uh, backyard bullion sort of brought to attention last weekend, I think it was, and that even though, and I mentioned this after watching those videos, even though that we do have our disagreements, and even though we do have our bickerings amongst each other, I mean, we all are in here together with a common interest, and that is to preserve our wealth, to provide a hedge against inflation, and to be prepared in case of an SHTF event. That is the building blocks. That is the foundation of this community. Now, there are people out here that are only looking into it from a profit standpoint. That's fine, but I think in general the foundation, even though they may be looking at buying and flipping, I think in general people are the foundation, even for people that are looking to do that, the foundation is still there. Put a 1 in the chat if you all agree with that. I personally believe it is the foundation that makes this community a community. And exactly, Yankee. I mean, there is always going to be some disagreements and bickering amongst each other, but you know what? When at the end of the day, we are all in this together. And I hate to coin that because the Kentucky governor said it all the time during the beer food situation. He kept saying that over and over and over. I got tired of listening to it, but it is. We all are in this together. We are a family. We do have common interests I have always said, common interests for the common man. And, you know, it is all about preserving our wealth, having something to support ourselves as prices start going, while all the prices start going to the moon, which we all know is going to happen in time, probably in our lifetime, and to be prepared in case we have a bad situation. No one wants a bad situation, but everyone wants to be prepared in case it should occur, but no one wants it, and everyone prays it doesn't happen. But we are all on that same page. So in the end, we all do support each other. We all do have a united front. So if something outside comes into and starts to interfere with what we do, like the government, we do become a united front. Now, how much of a wall that is, I don't know, but we do support each other, and then we do back each other, and we do unite whenever we see something that is bad for us as a whole. And so every so often you may have someone come into the community that is not that doesn't have the right, I don't want to say mindset, but they have their own personal agenda that doesn't mesh with what most of us here do. Or, well, better yet, case in point, just a couple of weeks ago we had someone out here that was bidding on stuff and not paying. I mean, not cool, right? And that person immediately got flagged by the community. That person's identification was distributed quite rapidly across the community to put a stop to him. And that's what it's about, because someone who gets scammed, or lack of a better word, robbed, because basically that's what this person did. Is they robbed one of us, and they were trying to rob other people. And once that person was identified, it got squashed rather quickly. Hey, HVAC, good to see ya. And Love Button, my dear, welcome. Welcome to the show. Thanks for you stopping by. So I brought up the show this evening. Everyone. I am love, but I love it when you say that all the time. You're the only one that does that. And I always get a kick out of that. Thank you for that. That that every time you see me, every time you see me, it's always great to see that. Thank you very much for that. Thanks for coming by. So yeah, that's where I stand on in regards to, it's all about reputation. You don't come out here and you don't do stuff without taking the community somewhat as a whole into consideration. And that guy coming in here and robbing, literally, I mean, there's no other word besides he was robbing, or that person was robbing people in this community of their precious metals by, and that didn't last very long. It's just the fact that every so often you do have something like that happens, and everyone stood up and united against this person to say no, this is unacceptable. Hey, Silver Dog, good to see you. No, I do not do the push-ups. That would be a different channel. If I do a push-up, I'll be me pushing myself out of my chair to go down to the restroom or something. Let's say last time I did push-ups was probably 30 years ago, 40 years ago. I don't think I'll probably break an arm nowadays if I try to do something like that. Uh, dirty dimes. Ah, love, love the constitutional HVAC. I love getting dirty, getting in there, getting into those dirty constitutional, getting there with dirty silver, getting my hands all dirty. It's all it's running your hands through all that silver. Feels good. It was just which is funny because that was so pocket change back in the day, and now it's not. But who would have thought? Do some fake ones, Donald. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought that? Here we are. Man, it's been 1964. It's been what? A long time? 60 years when they got rid of the silver entirely. Well, we got rid of 9% silver anyway. Who would have thought back then when they got rid of all that silver that there wouldn't be this I wouldn't call it phobia, but here we are, 60 years later, and we're so obsessed with silver. Who would have thought back then pocket change would have been such an obsession as it is today? Don't push. I was born in '64. uh, yeah, I was about the biggest push-ups I do these days myself. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, HVAC. Don't clean your silver. Keep it dirty. Keep it dirty. Keep your hands dirty. Run those hands through that dirty stuff. Be a dirty boy. See now, Donald, I wouldn't want to even try to do a push-up in my undisclosed location today because my floor is extremely dirty. I don't want to be that type of dirty boy. Maybe I do some push-ups off the wall. How's that? Maybe that's how he does it. Maybe he just does push-ups off the wall. That's always fun. It's always fun when we do that. Do that whenever he does that. Yep, the silver is much more affordable than diamonds. Of course, you get a lot more value out of those diamonds in the same physical dimensions as you could silver, right? But I wonder, the diamonds. There's a market out there. There's an industry out there, but that's way too rich for my blood. Stop looking at your coins, Mrs. C. Hey, Darth Larper, good to see you, my friend. Welcome. So everyone who's out here, I am not going to be on here much longer. Like I said, I am actually not at my studio. Hey, Rich, good to see you. I'm not actually in my studio this evening. I'm at an undisclosed location, coming to you from my cell phone. So that's why I don't have any video going on or anything like that. But I did want to at least put a show out here this evening, just to allow everyone to come together for a little bit of time. I always want to do this for you all out here. That's what it's about for me, is to bring the community together, just to talk. No set agendas, no regular auctionings and things like that. This is just a place to come together and basically water cooler chat, right? So. Okay, Native. So, I'll tell you what, Nate. Let me ask you this. So, from your experience as being a dealer compared to what we deal with here in our community with precious metals, is there a lot of disparity between the two, besides obviously the value between a 1 carat diamond versus a 24 carat maple, for example? Oh, speaking of that, just a reminder to everyone, as I mentioned earlier, Darth reminded me of it here. Thanks, Darth. SD Bullion does have their 1 ounce gold Canadian maples, or 2021 gold Canadian maples, on sale this week, $90 over spot. So I wish I could have jumped on it, but if you haven't, and if you can, grab it while you can. Grab it while it's hot. Those deals don't come around they do come around, but not. But so I always keep them on all their mailing list out there, because various dealers will come out with deals like that every so often. Now, obviously, as I said earlier, not the same deal as what you'll get working with someone directly here in the community by far, but it's still a pretty good deal when you're going through a big box bullion. I think $89 or $90 is a pretty good deal. And that's through SD Bullion, if you guys haven't checked them out. And about the best deal I've had so far with gold is I was able to grab a 2020 Britannia last year for, I want to say, $60 over spot. I grabbed that one up. It's like, I'm not letting that go. That was a very good deal, so I grabbed that one up. Yeah, I'm looking at those as well, Still Ringer, and the fractionals. Yeah, I know we're all going to be paying those premiums up front for fractionals, but if the gold spot does go up to where everyone's thinking it's going to go up, I still think LCSs are going to have a hard time exchanging your 1 ounce gold coin for fiat when the spot price goes up to $4,500 or whatever. I do worry that it's going to be harder to cash out 1 ounces in comparison to fractionals in the future. I mean, that is a concern. But then again, when I talk to my LCS and with that concern, he's like, no, I don't see that. But of course he doesn't see it now, but 10 years from now, if the gold spot price does go to that number, that attitude may change. I don't know. So that is worrisome. for me. And I did mention that a few weeks ago about the concern of to frack or not to frack. That is the question because I mean, yes, we all know that you're going to be paying more premium up front, but it might be easier in the future to offload it in comparison to a 1 ounce in the future. But I guess my crystal ball is not that clear on that, so I guess we shall see how that comes about. Hey, speaking of the Canadians, while I'm thinking about it, have they done anything recently with that Call of the Wild series? I don't think I've seen anything since, what, 2017? Those 5.9 fine gold coins from the Royal Canadian Mint. I think the last year was, I want to say 2017. Well, that's a good question, HVAC. 200 on 9% or 200 on the ASEs? Ooh, that's a good question. Well, let's ask everyone out here. What if you had $200? Would you want to go with constitutional, 9% constitutional, or would you rather go with American Silver Eagles, knowing what the prices are right now between the two? I can't. The last time I checked, the constitutional was like 25 over melt, I believe. Last time I checked on the constitutional, 25x or 24x. And compare that to your American Silver Eagles, which are what? Last time I checked was what, $37 now? Yours is 22x. All right, that's a good deal. Can't complain about that. So Rich says 90%. Of course, I see. I think right now I'd be more leaning towards an actual constitutional. Once I started getting into the constitutional, I'm having a hard time stopping. I just love being able to hold it and throw it into a burlap bag and just let it age, and then dig it out and throw it out there on my desk every so often to show off, Yeah, I can do the same thing with the ASCs, but it doesn't get the same effect where I can just take my burlap bag and turn it upside down and just dump it out there in front of the camera just to show it off. You don't get the same effect with the Eagle. But yeah, I think for me, HVAC, I would be more leaning towards a 9% with, because $200 face would be well, you have to throw in an extra $20, but you get $10 face for 220, right? So it's not too bad of a deal. Now, if you can link up with someone out here in the community that may be offloading their constitutional, you might be able to work out a deal with them better than what you can get at your LCS. And there's another good question. Talking about constitutional, what is your preference, dimes or quarters? Because I like them both. I have a few halves as well, but I have a lot more, from a face value standpoint, I have a lot more quarters than I do dimes. Is that your final answer, Partridge? Is that your final answer? Do you need a phone a friend? See, I know at least with a dime, you have a better, if you do have to use it as a barter, it'd be easier to barter with. But, if we're to that situation anyway, I mean, you're going to utilize your quarters just as effectively as you are your dimes anyway. I just like the weight of the quarter more than I do the dimes. Silver proofs, yeah. See, I didn't realize they did silver proofs. Well, you said proofs. These aren't silver proofs, right, Donald? Oh no, you said silver proofs. Yeah. So I didn't know they were doing proofs, or let alone silver proofs, back when they were being released. course, I didn't know a damn thing about silver at the time either. I mean, I collected up clad. I collected up the Denver and the San Francisco. I had a book for each one of them for my daughters, but I had no idea. I had no idea that silver proofs were even an option. But back then, I didn't know the difference anyway, so I didn't miss it. But now, hindsight being 2020, I'm like, oh, I guess I could have done that. But I know the silver proofs are hard to come by anymore. They're out there. Like the candies, yep. You know what? I actually prefer the Benjis more than the candies. If I had a preference of the three between Benjis, candies, and Walking Liberties, my preference is the Benjis followed by the candies followed by the Liberties. And I say that is because it seems like the Benjis have more weight. They don't have as much for an older half dollar. They seem to be more durable, I guess, than a candy. It just seems like something that would be a Benji would be like if you take a candy and a Benji and put them up next to each other. Even though the Benji is older, it seems like they seem to be more durable than a candy is, even though they are older than the candy. Of course, now candy for when it comes to 9%ers, there's only 1 year of the candy, so that's what makes them special. But I prefer the Benjis over the candies, and I prefer the candies over the Walking Liberties, and that's because it seems like all the walkers are so worn down from a stacker standpoint. They seem all worn down. I'm not looking into the collectability of my Constitutional. I'm looking at the weight. Hello, Trident. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome. But yeah, if I did set a goal for myself to get. I want to get 100 face value of each of the Constitutionals. So 100 face of dimes and quarters and halves. I'm about a third of the way there on the quarters. I'm about a tenth of the way there on the dimes. And I don't know. I'm just now starting to have, so I'll get there. That's my goal for. I think once I get to that point on my Constitutional acquirement, once I get 100 face of each of the denominations, that's as far as I'm going to go with it. I don't think I'll go any more than that, nor am I going to go back further like nickels and stuff like that. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to focus on the dimes, the quarters, and the halves. So get 100 face value each of those and call it a day, and then continue with acquiring gold along the way to exactly Trident. Slow and steady always wins the race. They have the big fat forehead to added weight. Yeah, maybe it's his forehead that's so relief. That's such a high relief. That's why the coins have lasted all these years, because his forehead has allowed all the wear and tear to occur, whereas the rest of the quarter is kept its luster. Yep, love the 90%ers for fractional silver. I love being able to. Am I going to use 9% as a hedge against, or to preserve my wealth? No. I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously you do, but I think for me the biggest purpose for 9% is to be prepared in case of SHTF. In case we have to go back to that system, that bartering system, in case our fiat is worthless and we have to fall back onto precious metals to barter and to acquire goods and services. That's when that coinage will be valuable. It's not, for me, the Constitutional is not a means to preserve my wealth, even though it does. I'm not going to say it's not, but the preservation for me is the acquirement of gold in the silver bullion is the preservation aspect of things. when it comes to the SHTF side of the three founding purposes for what we do in this community, the constitutional fulfills the need of to be prepared in case of SHTF. Preserving your wealth, that's what the gold and that's what the silver bullion is for, in my opinion, in my crystal ball. That's where I stand on that. And of course, all of it is a hedge. So when milk becomes $20 a gallon, you know, maybe by then they'll start recognizing precious metals again. You can get yourself a gallon of milk for a couple of quarters, you know, or maybe a half a dollar by then probably a couple of half dollars by then. So, you know, $25 for a gallon of milk, give them a couple of silver half dollars, and, you know, transactions done. So that's my standpoint on that. Hey, Plumber Stacker, good to see you. So for all who's out here, I'll mention it one more time. Well, first of all, I want to make sure everyone and anyone out here this evening who hasn't fronted up Tupac 2 Coin Roll Hunter to please do so. He's pushing for 1,000. He's getting his stuff together for his 1K gall. He's already gotten donations from people, including a 10-ounce silver bar. I can't remember who donated that, but he got donated a 10-ounce silver bar during his gall event. He is currently, last time I checked, he was at 870, 875, something like that. So he'll be hitting that 1K mark in no time. Picked up a row of buffalo rounds for 600. Nice. Hey, Muscle Shells, good to see you, my friend. So, like I say, if you haven't already done so, please check out Tupac Coin Roll Hunter. I love his shows. Just the way him and William, who is his co-host, their chemistry is great. They're always fun to watch, and the guests that they always come into the show is always great to have. And I've actually been on their show a lot here lately because I just like the camaraderie that they have going on there. So they have their shows on Wednesdays and on Sundays at 6:45 p.m. and then they do a Saturday show at 9 p.m. I believe. So check them out. Yeah, you're like the opposite of me, Plumber. You're a 9% collector and 3% stacker. I'm the complete opposite of you. No, I am starting to get a little bit. I am starting to get a little bit of itch to buy a couple more shinies here for my collection, quote collection. Morgan Insurance. Yeah, you can't walk away from a good deal either. I mean, especially if you're able to hook up with someone out here in the community that's looking to offload, you're going to get such a good deal typically that you'd be a fool not to. A contrary collector. All right. So yeah, it sounds like you got a pretty good deal there, Plumber. It's always great to be able to go to someone in the community and make a deal like that. 11 more diamonds to clean. Shh. Don't say the C word too loud, HVAC. The Numismatics. He, I guess, as the member of his organization, his Numismatic organization. I don't know exactly what the acronym is, but whatever organization that he is a member of. I guess they have very specific guidelines when it comes to cleaning coins. You don't want to damage them, right? Or you don't want to lose any of the content of the silver or gold for that matter, right? So I guess in other words, I guess you're not supposed to use a steel wool pad or a grinding iron to clean them off, or a grinding wheel to clean them off. But yeah, I rather not clean them. If it's going to be, it's got to be very gentle, a very gentle agent that chemically loosens up something that is on the surface of the coin without actually damaging the coin. See that? I mean, I'm not like I don't get into cleaning of coins, so I don't know all the ins and outs to clean. But for me, that would be something. If I decided to clean, it would be something that would be gentle to release grime debris of the surface of the coin without actually damaging the surface of the coin. And no steel wire brush. All right. Thanks for the tip there, Native. Someone mentioned, I think I actually tried it. I think it was Numismatics. He actually mentioned that they recommend baking soda and aluminum foil because of the chemical reaction. And then Rob Finds Treasure mentioned, he mentioned, what did he mention? I can't remember what he said now. He just mentioned on his show this past Friday, I think it was vinegar, distilled vinegar. You have to look up the video or hit him up directly, but he uses like a distilled vinegar solution, and he leaves them in that solution for a couple hours, and then he wipes them off gently with a Q-tip, and then he does that a couple more hours and rinse and repeat. So I think he mentioned vinegar distilled water solution, but you don't want to leave them in there too long because it could eat into the surface. Use a silver brush when it works. Of course it works. Don't mind the silver dust particles flying in the air afterwards. Do they actually make a silver wire brush? Mussel shells? That'd be cool if they did. Of course, then you would want to trade in the silver brush. Use it as a barter. I'll barter my silver brush for a gallon of milk. Yeah, vinegar cleans raw gold. Yeah, I can't remember, Partridge, I can't remember what he was cleaning at. I'm pretty sure it was silver, but vinegar and a solution. It's just a chemical reaction broke up whatever crud was on the top of the coin. Now it was actually on top of the coin. It wasn't actually burnt into the coin. I guess Tupac, he is over in Missouri visiting family for the next few weeks, and he's been hitting some yard sales over there in Missouri. And I guess he had acquired some silver that actually got caught in not only a fire, but also got caught in a flood. And so he got these coins that he said he's going to melt. And I asked the question. I said, can they be cleaned? He's like, no, the actual damage is actually damage of the surface of the coin itself. He can't even clean them. He's going to have to melt these coins that he had acquired. He's going to have to melt them. So, but yeah, I mean, I didn't realize you could damage the surface of a coin by fire like that. And obviously it was a very intense fire. I didn't think house fires could get that hot. Apparently it did. Oh, okay, HVAC. Yeah, about distilled water. Yeah, distilled water and a little bit of love and TLC. Dawn dish soap. So that's not too hard on the coins there using Dawn. So I guess if I ever decide to clean my silver, I will, but I don't think I'm going to. I like them dirty. I think it's for me it's the nostalgia of the history of the coin. Thinking back, how many times that coin has passed from one person to another. So Oregon got himself a 5 grammer gold Geiger off of me. Yeah, he's catching up. My 10 grammer is still an opportunity here when I make that announcement. Yeah, I like keeping my silver unless it's a really shiny. I keep all my constitutional in burlap bags. Now, well, once I have enough to put them in a burlap bag. Otherwise, they go into tubes. But for the most part, most of my constitutional are just in burlap bags now. I just throw them in there. When I grab them, I throw them in there. I don't do anything with them. I just look at them like, oh, that's pretty. Throw them back. Now, if I get a really shiny one, I'll keep it separate and I'll put it in like a flip or something. But for the most part, everything goes into the burlap bag for me. In fact, I got this one rosy. Can't remember who I got it from now. But anyway, I got this one rosy that was really, really shiny, practically a BU. Well, in fact, even though I may not be a grader, I feel confident saying it was a BU condition coin. It's just that shiny. I didn't throw that in the burlap bag. That went into a flip. So that there will probably be something I will uh, gall later because it was just way too pretty to go into my stack. But yeah, I just like the idea of being able to take my burlap bag and just dumping everything out onto my desk. I don't care, they're old 9% coins. They get banged around. They've been around for years and years and years. I don't have to baby them like you do like a 24 karat gold coin where you have to put everything in capsule and everything. Not saying I don't like them. I just like the idea of being able to just take my burlap bag and dump them out onto the desk and just run my hands through them. Or if I want to put a video together talking about them, dump them out and just enjoy them, and then put them back in the bag and put them away. Your silver quirks HVAC. All right. Well, uh, not this evening because I am not at the studio this evening, but when I do have when I am back at the studio, I have full control of the show. I am always looking for guests to dial into the show. Either you can reach out to me direct by email before the show to plan it if you want to, or you just jump in and jump in for a little bit. The application that you use is very simple to use. I always post a link of the application in the chat, or actually it's in my bot now. But um, it's so you can spontaneously jump in and take a guest chair, or you can call in advance, say, hey, I want to be on your show, and we'll make it happen. So everyone's welcome to jump in and check out and hang out here at A Stackers Gathering with me. Even Love Button, if they're still out here. I don't know who they are now, but even Love Button. I'm waiting for that call for them to say, "Who's your daddy?" when they call. $50 face. Wheaties. I wonder how much does that weigh, Donald? I can only imagine the weight of a $50 face like that. Ah, nice deal. The fancy black pouches, Starflopper. I've seen those fancy black pouches that you get. Pretty cool. I use a crown bag. You mean like a royal royal crown bag here, Stiller or Stiller, a Stilringer? Rum and water. Huh. I wonder how does rum handle clean? How is rum a good cleaning agent? Obviously, keep you hydrated, sort of along the way, but make for a fun night. All right, HVAC. Good job on getting your shinies all shined up there. Yeah, native pirate was talking about that. I guess copper's up to over $4 a pound now. It was just $2 a pound a couple months ago. So love the rum, HVAC. Royal Crown, all day long. I'm not a social drinker. I just drink occasionally, special events. But I enjoy it when I do. So yeah, I mean, I wonder how. I wonder. You would think with the, I guess the resident. I mean, I'm sure copper is used outside residential construction, but I mean, I don't know why exactly. But I thought the residential industry, the construction business, was starting to slow, but apparently it's not. Going by the fact that materials are starting to go up. I mean, lumber's up, copper obviously is going up. It seems like construction materials are starting to go up here of late. Don't know if it's a supply demand thing or if it's manipulation or what at this point. So if that 10-pound copper bar, you definitely made your money back and then some, huh, Donald? Right, but I'm thinking native. I'm thinking like electrical wiring in particular. There's an idea. I wonder how much copper you can get out of a 50-foot row of copper wiring, 12 gauge copper wiring, three three conductor wiring. I mean, you're looking at 150 feet of copper right there. 12 gauge copper. I wonder how much weights would be involved in that. Someone will have to go down to their local hardware store and buy a 50-pound or buy a 50-foot row of copper, three conductor, three wire copper, and melt it and burn off all the plastic and stuff, and tell us how much it weighs. Go to your hardware store and stack electrical wiring. Are you a construction? No, I just like the copper. Take it home, burn off the plastic. But I bet there's a lot more affordable ways of acquiring copper than going to your local hardware store. course, you have your illegal ways. Someone going to abandoned houses and ripping out all the copper, pulling out air conditioning, coils, things like that. That's always a concern. But legitimately, what's the best way to get copper? Don't tell the EPA. Yeah, that's right. Don't mind the black smoke behind my house, there, officer. Yeah, it does. HVAC. I know, and it always comes in waves, and just seems like there's always this wave where people just happens on the common. It's not uncommon these days. And it's not necessarily vacated houses. It could be new construction also. I've seen stories on the news where new construction uh, copper or was condensers and stuff have been stolen as well. So even abandoned houses, new construction. Tell you someone who's on the channel here, well, at least he was a bit ago, that might have a few pieces of copper laying around his plumber. He needs to get into the copper business. He's probably got more than enough to melt around there. Yeah, Jack. If you check out Yankee Stacking's channel, he actually has a video out there, a video series actually out there called Prepping the Yankee Way, I believe. And he talks about the ratio, what, from his perspective, what would be a good blend in regards to preparing yourself from all aspects, from precious metals to other assets to food, power, protection. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. And that he actually put a series out way back in back when he was a youngin, where he talked about what he feels is a good blend when it comes to prepping. And believe it or not, precious metal is not actually as high up on the list as I thought at the time. It's actually near the bottom of the list. Your health, your not only your physical health, but also your mental health. So your you know, having items to stay, to keep your hygiene up, stuff like that. The stuff that you don't think about when you think about, oh, I need to get food, I need to get water, I need to get this, that, and the other. But you don't think about things like meds, for example, over-the-counter meds, prescription meds. Trying to keep an ample extra supply of prescription meds if you can. Over-the-counter meds, trying to keep as much of that as around as you should. Because I actually did not have as much prep when I first started looking at my inventory. I didn't realize I was actually lacking in a lot of stuff I didn't think about, like meds. So I made sure to make up for all that. But yeah, just the idea that there's so many things to actually think about. One of the things I'm severely lacking on is power, because in particular, batteries are so expensive that it's just hard to really establish yourself a decent solar array, because I would prefer solar anyway. It's so hard to establish an off-grid setup should you need it, because in particular batteries are so expensive. Now they're getting more efficient, and they are becoming much more lighter, but the cost hasn't came down yet. I'm thinking once the technology breaks through, there's some type of barrier that is not allowing the prices to come down yet. It just reminds me back back 20 years ago when computer technology was so expensive, just get such a small hard drive, for example, and then they broke a certain barrier, and as soon as they crossed that barrier, then the hard drives became much more massive in capacity, and prices started to come down to pennies or less than pennies on the dollar. And I think we're in the same boat when it comes to solar equipment. We're to the point now where there's a demand, but the cost prohibits any acquirement because it's just too damn expensive right now. However, once they break through those barriers that prevent them to make batteries in particular more efficient and provide more capacity at a lighter weight. Once that threshold is crossed, I think we're going to see a tremendous shift in prices for solar equipment. I think prices will start coming down, because if you think about it, the solar panels are a little pricey right now, but they're starting to come down a little bit. The controllers aren't too bad. The inverters aren't too bad. It's the batteries that kill you. If you want an ample amount of power to run your house, I haven't done an assessment at my new house, but at one time I had an assessment at my old house. It would only take me about 5,000 watt hours to run my house 24 hours. I had more. I didn't have nearly as much stuff as I do in my new house now, but the old house I could easily have ran the entire house 5,000 watt hours, and it wouldn't. But back then the batteries were much more expensive. I don't think they even had the new technology batteries. It was all deep cycle marine batteries, and it's just so much weight. Just wasn't worth it financially. But yeah, check out prepping the Yankee way if you ever want to get a little bit of insight on what type of things you should prep for. Very informative. Things that you don't think about until, and that's actually how I found this community, by the way, is I was actually starting to research into prepping, and that's when I found this community. I haven't looked back, so. Oh yeah, you're right, Scott. People stealing catalytic converters. Yep, you're right. That's uh, people that take that much time to rob from other people. You would think, unfortunately, those people are not the ones that are what you would consider a drug addict. They're actually out to make a profit. It's the smash and grab people that are typically the ones that are usually looking for something to sell to get their fix. I don't think people that steal catalytic converters actually are into it to support a habit per se. It would take too much effort. It would take too much effort for them to guarantee the car with a couple of tools and cut out a converter. Too much work. I can't see someone who's trying to support a habit. I can't see them wanting to exert that type of effort. But if it's a habit, then the basic instincts do kick in, and it's like if we do ever encounter a SHTF event, I don't like the fact that part of the prep is the fact that you have to be prepared from a protection standpoint. But unfortunately, that is part of it, because in a situation where you are, and we're in a bad situation like that, that basic instincts will kick in. You're trying to take care and feed your family, and you do become desperate. Unfortunately, that's just natural instinct there. So unfortunately, that is part of what we do. Not a fan of it, but at the same time, I understand why it has to be that way. Ooh. Uh, oh, I just saw my guest in here. Let me see if I can make this work. Hang on just a second here. Blimmer, you hear me?
Yeah.
There you are. Sorry, I didn't see you there.
I was wondering if I was in trouble or what. Would you just leave me in the basement?
I was gonna leave you down in the basement. Lock and key. No, I'm doing everything from my phone at
Oh, are you?
undisclosed locations, so I don't have full access to everything.
Well,
Tonight.
look at you. Undisclosed location.
Undisclosed
Top secret,
location.
Hoosier.
Undisclosed location.
Nice. I figure I haven't talked to you in a while. I figure I'd jump on and say hello.
Not in the basement tonight.
No.
So Oregon picked up a 5-grammer off of you. Is that what you said?
Yeah, and I bought one from my auction, and he was just waiting around for that thing. There was no way he was not getting it.
Well, he may not be so interested in the 10-grammer then when the time comes.
Oh, I'm sure he will be. You know him. He loves that. He loves his Geigers.
I don't know. Some other people out here they'll be like, I want that Geiger. Talking Bullion. He's all about Geigers too. So.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
I was thinking about selling my what's up, Steel Ringer? I got a 50-gram and a 100-gram Geiger. Not gold, but
silver. No, of course. I was going to say, if you have a 100-gram, why are you here?
Yeah, right. No, thank you. That's that. I couldn't even imagine the premium on something like that. I would be out of this world.
100-grammer. Well, you know what? I know a typical 100-gram gold bar is like 6,400, and that's not a Geiger. So I imagine tack on at least another $2,000.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Easily.
What's up, HVAC? Where can you get? It's a secret, man. The props are a secret of the show.
Hey, speaking of props, did you ever start pouring the next revision of your wrench? I know you were talking about doing that after that open jaw pipe wrench that you sent me.
No, I have not.
I know you were talking about doing something different.
Yeah. Yep. I have a concept and I have an idea on how to do it. I just Mrs. Plummer bought some furniture for outside, so my workstation got moved. And so now I got to set up a new workstation. I just haven't got around to it. So
you know what they say. You know what they say. If mom ain't happy.
That's right. That's why I just moved it and said, okay, furniture looks nice.
She hasn't kicked you down to the basement yet?
No. It'd be kind of tough here in Florida. We don't have basements.
Yeah, you sure you can have a basement. You just have to have a pontoon with you at the same time.
Yeah, right. Build it up a floor and then you could have one.
Yep. But yeah, I was wondering. I know I was watching. I actually was lurking on your auction. What, yesterday? Was it yesterday you did? Is it Tuesdays you do your auctions?
Yeah, Tuesday and Saturday.
Yeah. I was at my undisclosed location that night as well.
Were you?
Yep.
Oh, nice. Look at you all secretive. Yep, Silver Freak. And I still got to pour that. What the heck was that thing you sent me? My brain's not working today. I don't know. So you're not, this is 2 shows in a row. You haven't been in the basement, huh?
Yeah, well, hopefully that changes next week.
Yeah.
We shall see. So have you done any pours here a lot lately, or?
Silver Freak. What's up, Sierra? How you doing, man?
Hey, Carlos.
Oh, you're welcome, man. Thank you. Sierra sent me some fake gold and silver.
No kidding.
I want to do a video on it. So a couple people actually sent me some stuff. So still haven't gotten around to doing the video though.
Supposedly, and I saw this on Talking Bullion's channel a few days ago. I guess you can take some tissue and lay it over silver, and it actually is more white. It comes through the tissue is more white than fake. That doesn't come through as shiny.
Are you talking about silver?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I guess, and it doesn't matter if it's a new bullion or old bullion or even constitutional. That if it's a true silver content, supposedly, and I didn't realize this because he was talking about ways to find out if you have fake silver or not.
Native
And
stacker.
one
See you later. Have fun with the granddaughter. Sorry.
sailor native, sailor native, have a good one. But supposedly, yeah, a tissue test basically. You can actually lay tissue over you can take a fake and a real silver coin, lay tissue over it, and you actually see a difference between the two.
Mm-hmm. I did not know that.
Yeah, check that out when you do put that video together.
That's a great, because I was kind of waiting to see. I want to buy one of those. What is it? The Sigma machines. They're just so expensive.
Oh yeah, they are.
God,
And just the baseline versions, like
yeah.
$1,500.
Like, can I rent one for a show? Like,
I did. I actually said that one time on Stormy's channel. I said, "Hey, so who's going to go out and buy a Sigma and then rent it off to the community or have them send their silver to be verified?"
Yeah, really. Well, I know a
And
lot of
Stormy's
people
like,
do that.
not a good idea.
Yeah.
A horrible.
No.
Actually came back and said a horrible idea. I don't know why.
I agree. It's a horror. I mean, I do steel ringer. I'm just, man, that price. Mrs. Plummer and I came to an agreement about the amount of money that I can put into my gold and silver, because we gotta build a garage apartment in the back, so we gotta put some aside for that. So either I sell off some of my stuff, which I really don't want to do, or I just wait and see if I could get a deal on one.
So what you're saying is you've been placed onto an allowance?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it sucks.
I had to put myself on an allowance myself.
Yeah, I did. I mean, it's kind of good for me because I do get crazy once in a while, because, I'll buy stuff for the auction and then, well, hey, there's a couple nice Morgans. Oh, well, hey, yeah, I'll pick those up too. And there's a 10th ounce of gold. Oh, hey. And before you know it, you're like, holy cow, what did I just do?
And that's when you're not drinking.
Yeah, right. I know.
Now for me, I had to put myself on an allowance, and I actually did is I actually separated my finances. So I have my play account, and I have my life account, and I don't let them intermix. When I first started this, I actually was intermixing the everything into my life account, and it was getting me in trouble.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I can't do this anymore. So I actually separated my play account, my play money from my life money.
I know. It's because you want to just keep buying, it's like, even if you're just a straight stacker, you're still wanting to continuously add to your stack. I know I did. And now that I'm collecting, like, I had to stop collecting, like, I was going after every year the American Silver Eagle proofs. And I had to stop doing that because it was either one or the other. It was just getting ridiculous. So,
well, that's probably about the same time I started buying just Constitutional. The prices were just getting crazy. At least Constitutional has been hovering right about 22, 23x for the last several weeks now. So it's actually a lot more stable than others right now.
I'm thinking about selling my ounce of gold and getting a Sigma machine. Even though that's my only 1 ounce, I only have one ounce, but that, I would definitely buy that and have some left over,
Well, you have to look at it from the perspective of a flipper collector like you are.
Yeah.
I mean, you're out looking to protect your customers.
Yeah.
So you may have to put that investment out front to protect your customers in the future. So that I can understand. But for me, I will want to invest in something like that. I would try to find someone that has a Sigma and say, hey, can you test this, or can you show me how to use your machine, or take it down to an LCS and see if they would do it for me for a minimal cost type of thing. But you doing what you do, it would probably be more justified business expense, really.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, and I'm gonna do it. I think I even put the gold in my truck because I was gonna take it to my LCS to see what he's gonna give me for it. which I know is going to be spot plus like $25 or $30. So I don't know. Nobody wanted. I tried to sell it a while back to do this, and nobody likes the pandas. So
Really? Well, there might be a little bit of stigma going on there.
oh yeah, I know. I understand. I completely. I mean, I have fractional gold too that I could sell, but I like the fractional that I have. You know, I just I don't know. I'm very conflicted right now, Hoosier.
That's all right. It
I
keeps
love pandas.
see, I don't know if I would want to do pandas. I guess for me it is a little bit of pride, really, after just going by the past year or so. I mean, complete
Yeah.
speculation, of course, but I have to wonder.
What's that?
Now, that being said, I thought the pandas were actually minted in Perth. I thought pandas were. See, I was thinking China had farmed out their minting to Australia, because I thought I remember seeing some coins a while back.
Yeah.
Where they were Chinese coinage that were minted in Perth. Maybe I got it the other way around. I was thinking some country had farmed out their mintage or their minting of their coins to another country. Oh, it wasn't that. It was Germany, the Geiger. Yeah, the Geiger company actually mints the Austria coins. That's what it was. So
really?
I think it is. Yeah. If you look up like the Geiger International, the actual company, I saw some videos out here not too long ago where they actually mint for Austria their coinage.
Huh. The Perth?
No. Geiger actually mints for Austria. Not Australia, but Austria.
Yeah.
That the Geiger company actually mints Austria coinage. I don't know if it's all coinage or just precious metal, but
I did not know that. I was just on what's his Austrian Stackers channel too, like over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask him that next time I talk to him.
I'll find out, because maybe the older coinage wasn't the case, but I was thinking new coinage has basically been farmed out to Geiger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, check it out. I'd be curious on that too.
Yeah, because I got my Panda's in 1986 too. It's like the best of all worlds. That's why it's just like the old school looking one too. Oh man.
Oh, okay.
Be so sad when I sell it. I gotta sell it. It's either that or I sell like all my Star Wars stuff. Which I mean, I don't know. I could probably part with that.
I was going to say, which one would be more collectible? Which one would provide more return? It'd probably be your Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
I bet you get more return out of your Star Wars than you would your Panda.
Steel Ringer, that's still on the table. I could let that go. See, I'm not. This one thing I'm not is a numismatic gold person. Other than that Panda, I don't know, because I just like pandas. I collect pandas too. So,
You talking about Steel Ringer? You talking about pre-33 gold?
yeah. I could probably grab that real quick.
See, I haven't really researched the pre-33 gold because there is so much out there. I think it'd be overwhelming. There's so much out there. So many people back then made. So many different countries made so much gold coinage back then. You would have to have a book for every single country because there's so much out there.
Yeah. So, do you like numismatic gold?
I mean, like I said, I haven't really started researching it to really. I mean, I like looking at it, but I haven't really done any more research than just watching a whole bunch of people talking about it. Some people love it.
Yeah. I don't like that. That's one. I'm so glad that I don't. I'll tell you what. God, am I glad. But like, definitely silver. I'm all into that. I mean, you know that. Numismatic silver, but the gold, I want the best deal that I could possibly get, you know?
So the question for Steel Ringer is, why 1911 coins? What's special about 1911? Obviously.
There aren't that many.
Yeah.
And there's only, I think there's only 3 in MS. I think it was 63 or 64 condition. There's only 3 in existence.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean this is an AU58, so obviously that's not close to that, but and it goes for like I forgot it was something astronomical, crazy amount of money.
You talking about what you have currently?
Yeah, I think it goes for like I want to say like 35 or 40 grand for a 10th ounce. You know, in the MS, a 1911 in the MS like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Insane.
Melted.
Yeah. What's up, BR?
Hey, BR.
But yeah, so I gotta get rid of some stuff. I'm
Yeah,
having trouble.
you keep saying that.
I know, and then like, see, like I buy stupid stuff too. Like, look at this thing. I don't know why I bought it, but I did, and I don't want to get rid of it because I know there's not that many out there.
What is it on the label? I can't see the label very well.
Maybe you can no,
It's obviously Libertad, but I can't see the label.
it's a PCGS MS70 2-ounce 2020. So, but like I paid a decent amount for it, so I can't let it go right now. I'll lose money on it. So just gotta.
Yeah, that's still on my radar to acquire is Libertad, gold Libertad.
Yeah, Yankees on that right now. Did
Mm-hmm.
you see the prices on those things?
No, I haven't looked at them.
Wow. Like I looked at one, it was like $5,000 for a
Well,
1 ounce.
I may not be that interested.
Yeah, right. I know it's crazy, man. Crazy.
I love being able to, and mainly for me is to commemorate my starting my stacking journey last year. I want to grab 1 ounce gold coin from each of the common sovereign nations. Libertas being one of them, but at $5,000, I may have to reconsider that.
Yeah, I wonder if Yankee is too. I know he loves his gold, but that is a premium. That's like almost that's more than 2 ounces of gold for one, you know?
Oh yeah.
Which one do you mean, Ciervo? The Libertad? I'd have to look up and see what I paid for it.
Was that what was the grade on that?
The
Libertad?
Libertad? MS70.
Okay. That wasn't they don't make proof Libertads, do they? I don't think they do.
Oh yeah.
Do they?
Yeah,
Okay.
right
That wasn't was that a proof?
This
That wasn't a proof that you had, was it?
I got a set of the proofs that I want to send in to get graded. There's a 2.
Oh, okay. Okay, it is a proof. I didn't. No, that's not the same one you showed a bit ago, is it?
No.
Okay.
No. This is the proof. The other one was just a BU.
Okay.
But I know like these are going to be worth. I believe they're going to be worth more in a few years, you know, because of the low mintage on them. We could probably work something out, Sierra, as long as it's something that I can sell or I really want, because I do got to raise some cash to get that Sigma machine.
I was going to say, why don't you just trade out for a Sigma?
Yeah, well, it's not worth that much. I'd have to put the proof in there and that 1911, and now we're getting close.
Well, yeah. Again, for you doing what you do, it would be a wise investment.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I do guarantee 100% everything that I sell. You know, if there were any, even if somebody got something and they, you know, didn't expect what they got, I'll still take it back. You know, I don't. That's just the way you should do business, I think. But yeah, I got a little crazy with the. I'm glad. I mean, I did offload a lot of my Geigers, except for I still have the 100 ounce, and then I don't. Is there a Morgan guy in here?
I'm not sure. Is there any Morgan experts out here?
Check this thing out. Like I know this. I think it's more nostalgic than anything. The grade on it's not that great, but it's like one of these old. I don't even remember what I paid for this thing. Put back, and too bad it's all folded up and stuff too. So it's like not in the greatest condition. It's 1921 MS 64, 65. It's like the way they graded it back some time ago, I guess. The IGA. So I don't know what that's worth, though. I mean, I have no idea what that's worth. I tried to look it up once, and I just couldn't find one that was like it. You know,
I know your 21 pieces are a lot more expensive than the Morgans. I know that because they were. I guess the 21 pieces were limited.
I don't think so.
Maybe I'm thinking the opposite. I was thinking a 1921 Morgan.
No, I think there's like
didn't have as much value as a 21 piece.
Oh yeah, no, the 21 piece dollar. That's money right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got a lot of Batmans too. Like
I'm Batman.
I loaded up. I know I'm Batman. I loaded up on them because I know they're going to be worth something later on. But again, it's like, what do I want to sell? And what do I want to keep? I could just get rid of my ounce of gold and I accomplish everything, or I can sell off these other pieces and then cry about losing my ounce of gold.
Hey, Kathy.
What's up, Kathy? How are you?
Oh, my phone's about ready to die.
Uh-oh.
And it is 9 o'clock anyway, so. And I don't have a charger for my phone here. It's at home. Oh, well.
Yeah, Siervo and Steel Ringer just email me. We could probably work something out. That 1911, I mean, honestly, it is worth something, but I have no, like, you know, it's not like a 65 Morgan to me, you know, it's something that I could definitely let go for the right deal.
And Plumber Stacker is looking for a Sigma, so if anyone knows of a deal, hit him up. plumberstacker@gmail.com.
Yeah, thanks, Hoosier.
You're quite welcome. All right, you know what? Let's go ahead and call it because it is 9 o'clock and my phone's about ready to die anyway.
All right, well, it's good talking to you, man.
Yep, same as always. And everyone else out here on the show, thanks for swinging by and hanging out with us for a little bit. Actually, it took longer than I was expecting. At least my phone lasted 2 hours.
Yeah, really. That's cool. And you got 30 likes. Hit the like button on your way out.
I would appreciate that, everybody. And my phone just went almost going to sleep, so I better call it.
All right.
All right, everyone. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. And we'll talk to you next Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully back in the studio. Good night, everyone. Just keep stacking. Bye-bye.
All right, later.